here we go again. I got another rifle in from eBay about a half hour ago. Where do we get this eBay tape and stuff? I mean, does eBay make that available for sellers? I can't figure out how you open it. This is the dangest conglomeration of cardboard and tape I've ever seen. Just get one end open. Box about. Oh goody, more newspaper. That piece is just a rough cut piece of cardboard taped over the end. Well, that's the sheath. It's that Rapala fishing knife I've been using. A filleting knife. Fishing fillet, I think they call it. And bought that when I was 16, so that thing's got some years on it. Okay. The barrel's down at that end, and it's just flat, absolutely stuck. Oh, come on. I can't. I hate when people use 20 million miles of tape on these things, staples and glue, and break out the torch. I'm not kidding. I can't get that under it to get that tape out. Shoot the video over again by the time I try to get the stupid thing to come out of there. Who is the jackass that uses the box too small for the rifle? Wait. I'm not kidding, that thing won't move. It will not come out. I'm so damn old, I don't have my grip sucks. I can't get it out. Goddamn Christ! I can't even see this thing with a stupid retarded bubble wrap on it. That wasn't a box, that was some handy bits and pieces of conglomeration of cardboard. Yeah, it's got rusty patches on that 177 barrel, but at least the sight's there. It's got that little point sticking up inside the old round piece, gold piece, whatever the hell you call it. I can't even turn the camera off now because the dang tape's on the floor, but ooh, that thing is freezing cold. And you can see the compression tube in the barrel's got some serious rust spots on it. Interesting sights though. See, I don't know if you can see that little pin sticking up in the middle. It's got a decent heft to it, but they're right. The thing don't feel like it weighs more than about 7 pounds, 7.5 tops. Got a screw sticking up in the back there. I guess it's supposed to act as a stop for the rear ring. And you can see the trigger guard there is pretty rusty too. And there's no butt plate on this one, but it's not grooved either. He's got some serious scratches on it. On the 24 and a D under that. And it's got a picture of Diana the Huntress right there, and with the bow and his spear or whatever the hell. Oh. The safety is kind of like a little hammer right there. Pull down so it's safe. Pull it up next to that red dot right there. You're hot. Really wouldn't look half bad if the barrel wasn't rusty. Breech black's rusty, everything's rusty. This whole dang thing's gonna have to be torn completely down. I just don't have a spring compressor and they ain't cheap. I don't know why they charge so much for a simple tool. I got spring compressors like you use on coil springs. You know, like on the probe where you got the coilovers. Number 4.5, 177, RWS, picture of a pellet. Let's see a build date. It was kind of dark though. They couldn't deliver the dumb thing around lunchtime, early lunchtime, you know, when it's it was real nice and bright everything through the middle of the day, but in the morning and evening it's all cloudy and getting dark. I don't know if you can see some of this. This stock's pretty scratched up too. Hard to see because it's dark, but this thing has definitely been put through the ringer, folks. If I could just find a build date. This has got RWS and the caliber on the breech block right there, left side. And the Diana logo here and all that, right? The date is supposed to be back there somewhere, and I swear I just don't see it. Could have been over here where the rust is too. That's looked like there might have been something there at one time. I'll have to clean it up. Bear with me a minute, folks. But once I get that thing all fixed up, that is going to make a nice small game rifle, because 7.5 pounds ain't that heavy. The old Crossman 160 pellet gun up there with the scope is right around 6.8, 7.2, something like that. They got a new version of this Remington rim oil out now. This was like 2 times the rust inhibitive and qualities and all that stuff. With the Teflon lube in it. And now they got the Rim Oil Pro 3 MSR, which is 3 to 5 times rust preventive qualities and all that kind of thing. So, corrosion against corrosion, friction, wear, well, it's pretty typical. But and got some new cleaning patches, 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 inch number 4 square patches from Brownells. And boy, is that hard. Separate one patch out of a stack of them things. And when you get old, you know, your left and right hands take turns which one's got rheumatoid arthritis worse at any given point in time, or several months or whatever. I'll tell you what though, that one with the Teflon smells real nice. The old Remington one. The new Remington oil has a musty, stale smell to it. Almost like rotting, earthy stuff. Not much of a crown in the barrel either. It's kind of rounded in though, so that might have the same effect to their thinking. And you want to know something else? Look in front of the front sight on the barrel. That's dovetail groove for that sight. Well, that's taking an extra step there, you know. And that's why these German rifles cost so much, is they go the extra mile. But this poor rifle didn't. Well, hello. So rubbing oil right there on the side of the barrel. There's a string of numbers. Let's see if we can get that cleaned up enough to. Poor thing. They do such a beautiful job of polishing the metal and gluing it up real nice, and you know, some of you guys know this. RWS, Diana, Viroc, you know. And people just throw them in a corner and forget about them. I put it in the basement because I don't want that in my house. I'm going to smack the next woman hard that says that to me. Bring one of these out and say, yeah, this is the result of you not wanting something in your house that costs $400, you dumbass. Things are expensive. You just simply don't do that to a beautiful German sporter. Well, that's sacrilegious, you know. And on these little edges right here, that's really rough. And then there's not enough rust to That's not a rust inclusion. That thing's been banged around. Poor dear. Well, Diana, you ain't gonna have to worry about that anymore. That roundy. There's just some spots where the bluing is gone. But the bluing always stays good on the trigger, but if they brass plate it or paint it, you know, with the brassy paint like Daisy used on some receivers, and it'll come off. Okay, now anyway, let's go back down over here. Got another patch up pretty soon. This one's getting filthy. At least the date stamp is nice and thick. That's a redeeming feature. Oh 30-94885. Rubbed a good amount of bluing off with some of the rust. Just rubbing real hard where the number is. So it's 030-94885. Couldn't be March '09. This thing's older than that. Because it doesn't have a butt pad plate or anything. It doesn't even have the screw holes. I'll have to ask one of the guys on gatewaytoairguns.org. Real good site for if you like vintage air rifles. I mean, all the way back to the late 1800s. Some of them guys are good. There's people with varying amounts of money and, you know, doing different jobs. Just very eclectic mixture of people from all over the place doing all kind of things. But anywho, oh. Boy, I've just taken over that earthy, that musty earthy smell this Pro 3 Red Oil has. Doesn't that smell good? Usually I like to smell gun oil, but not that stuff. What's up, Sam? Same with Tuxedo Cat. You guys see in the videos, just walked in. What up, little dude? I'm trying to rub oilcloth on a coarse sandpaper. And rust sticking up off that thing from being put away for God knows how long. This scope rail right here has teeth machined on it. It's got like 2 thick pins and then 1, 2, 3 screws sunk into it, and then that big screw in the back that acts like a scope stop. And here and here are some stop pins, big fat ones, about 1/8 of an inch or more. He just discovered the box. He likes boxes where it's big enough, like the typical rifle box where you can crawl in there and hunt around for stuff. The second one came out like that. A lot of rust. This poor thing has just been put through the ringer and then set aside to be forlorn and forgotten. Oh, this thing came from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So, what, Pa was tucking it and they caught him, so that's what they named the place? Okay. Boy, howdy, that dang thing. Just. Oh, hurry up. These darn things will stick right before I run out of film. Yeah, it's interesting how even the front sight has a dovetail groove. Rusty fingerprints. Boy, that damn thing is loaded with rust. Places where it's got all those gouges and stuff, I'm definitely going to have to grind that smooth with the, give me an aluminum oxide stone on the Dremel. Well, anyway, the barrel's looking kind of shiny again. Well, you gotta do a lot of rubbing on these things to try to save it and you know, from rusting any further until which time you get a nice finish back out of it. Or you can actually take it apart and re-blue it and restain it in the whole 9 yards. Which this one's gonna have to get. Okay. Now, there's 3 rusty patches. At least you can see the stampings a little more clearly. I just wish somebody wouldn't have put it someplace where it was going to lay there and rust. That was a damn shame. Oh. Blew some rusty stuff out of the barrels. I hear a little grainy stuff hitting that target box over here. Backstop, whatever. It has a nice little kick to it though, so that part's still in pretty good shape. Although the hinge parts need to be oiled. Get some oil down that hinge point there. Oh darn. Yeah, it's starting to loosen up a little bit finally. Yes. And here we go with technical difficulties again. Well, that's about it for this time. There'll be more information and shooting to come, so good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll see you again.